Let's get you all the details on India's vaccination drive. It's all set to begin. Health Ministry sources indicate that the vaccine rollout will begin within 10 days from the date of emergency use authorization, which was January 13th. Now, the final call will be taken by the central government after the drug controller approved 2 vaccines on Sunday. The ministry added that the healthcare and frontline workers will not be required to register themselves. The vaccination registry will be done via the CoWIN app. The Health Ministry added that this app will be available in 12 languages and will be a 24-hour helpline. The app can only be used by other countries.
हम इस स्थिति में हैं कि जिस भी दिन हम चाहेंगे EUA के 10 दिन के भीतर हम उसको EUA का अर्थ है इमरजेंसी यूज ऑथराइजेशन, ये बोलचाल की भाषा में शब्द प्रयुक्त होता है। हमारे मीडिया के मित्र इसी शब्द का उपयोग करते हैं। हमारे कानून में एक्सेलरेटेड अप्रूवल फ्रेज का इस्तेमाल किया गया है। तो जिस भी दिन हुआ, जैसे अब आप जानते हैं कि किस दिन हुआ, उस दिन से 10 दिन के भीतर में ये रोल आउट होने की पूरी तैयारी है।
India's vaccine makers Bharat Biotech and Serum Institute have ended their war of words. They've pledged to ensure smooth rollout of their vaccines. Milan Sharma gets you more details.
It's a clash nobody expected. The 2 vaccine makers key coronavirus, Bharat Biotech and Serum Institute, entering into a public spat over the efficacy of their products.
There is no other vaccine, including ours, made in India and others, Russia, China, or even India, that have proven efficacy at all. And efficacy means you have to vaccinate 25,000 people and show that the vaccine actually protects you, not just a few hundred or a few thousand people to show safety and immunogenicity.
Covaxin phase 3 efficacy trial is going on. Out of 26,000 people, 25 trial sites, we have placebo control. This is probably the largest efficacy trial probably in India or even in the developing world. And it's a 2-dose schedule, and we have already 24,000 people are vaccinated. And I'm proud to say that I'm really grateful to all the volunteers. In the interest of Indian company, in the interest of the clinical research, they came forward without any financial incentive. They came forward and volunteered themselves. I'm grateful to them.
A day later, the 2 companies have smoked the peace pipe. In a joint statement, the Serum Institute of India and Bharat Biotech have said that they are committed towards providing global access to coronavirus vaccines. The vaccine makers further added that saving lives and livelihoods and ensuring economic normalcy is most important to them. With the 2 vaccine makers burying the hatchet, the focus is now on the rollout.
हम इस स्थिति में हैं कि जिस भी दिन हम चाहेंगे EUA के 10 दिन के भीतर हम उसको EUA का अर्थ है इमरजेंसी यूज ऑथराइजेशन, ये बोलचाल की भाषा में शब्द प्रयुक्त होता है। तो जिस भी दिन हुआ, जैसे अब आप जानते हैं कि किस दिन हुआ, उस दिन से 10 दिन के भीतर में ये रोल आउट होने की पूरी तैयारी है।
Well, the government hopes to vaccinate at least 30 crore people by July 2021 and is hopeful that the healthcare workers and frontline workers will soon be vaccinated. As soon as the vaccine manufacturers are able to roll the procurement and send it to the last mile point where each healthcare worker and frontline worker will be given a shot in the arm that would help the country end the pandemic. Milan Sharma for India Today.
Now, amid the coronavirus pandemic, there is a concern on an outbreak of bird flu. It's been reported in 8 states, including Gujarat, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Now, the state government said that avian influenza has caused deaths of hundreds of birds across these states. State governments have imposed prohibitory orders in areas where bird mortality has been reported, and they may go for culling of poultry. On December 27th, hundreds of birds were found dead in Rajasthan's Jhalwar district. district. Similar scenes were also witnessed in Jaisalmer as well as in Jaipur. More than 1,900 migratory birds have died so far of avian flu in Himachal Pradesh. The Kangra district administration has now banned the sale of poultry items. As far as Kerala goes, authorities have ordered culling of ducks, hens and other domestic birds within 1 kilometre radius of the affected areas. This is in Kottayam and Alappuzha districts.
While humans are struggling with coronavirus, birds are facing a flu scare. On December 27th, hundreds of birds were found dead in Rajasthan's Jhalwa district.
बर्ड फ्लू के अभी राजस्थान में कुछ कंफर्म्ड केसेस सामने आए हैं और उसको लेकर वन विभाग बेहद सचेत है और हम पूरा प्रयत्न कर रहे हैं कि इस बर्ड फ्लू जो बीमारी है यह जो वन जीव है हमारे पक्षी हैं उनमें न फैले.
The avian flu was not restricted to Rajasthan. In Pong Dam Sanctuary of Himachal Pradesh, nearly 2,000 birds fell to the H5N1 virus.
H5N1 ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਟੇਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹ ਬਰਡ ਫਲੂ ਦਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਏਰੀਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਆਫ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਨੋਟੀਫਾਈ ਕਰਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ 3 ਕਿਲੋਮੀਟਰ ਰੇਡੀਅਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਉਹ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ.
The Kangra district administration banned sale of poultry items within 1 kilometer of the Pong Dam sanctuary and put a large area under surveillance. An alert was sounded in the wetlands of Taran Taran, Gurdaspur Nangal and Roopnagar after many birds were found dead there. As a precautionary measure, the UP government has alerted its health and animal husbandry departments and asked them to keep vigil. The bird flu has also spread to central India. Madhya Pradesh reported as many as 400 bird deaths in the last 10 days. On Tuesday, Kerala declared state-specific disaster as bird flu cases spiraled. Kottayam and Alappuzha were the epicenter of the outbreak. Thousands of birds have been culled to stop the spread. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's also now move on to some other stories we're tracking. This is the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy, who's facing opposition heat over alleged attacks on Hindu temples in the state. TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu, along with hundreds of his supporters, marched to Ram Tirtham, a 400-year-old temple in Vijayanagaram, which was attacked on December 29th. Naidu alleged that over 140 temples have been vandalized in the state in recent months. The BJP and the Janasena party, which is led by actor Pawan Kalyan, also wanted to head to this temple but were stopped by state police. Their leaders were put under house arrest. In more trouble for the ruling party, one of the most powerful seers of the twin Telugu states, Chinna Jayar Swami, condemned the growing attacks on temples. The Andhra government, however, has accused the opposition of trying to politicize these attacks. Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy has ordered a CID probe and hinted at a political conspiracy also behind these attacks on temples.
मंदिरों को तोड़ फोड़ करना ये नहीं था इससे पहले इस राज्य में. आजकल तो सब लोगों का मन में ऐसा डर फैल गया है कि आज क्या होगा कल क्या होगा ये पता नहीं चल रहा है. कुछ दिन पहले वो राम तीर्थ क्षेत्र में राम जी का सिर निकाल दिया और आज यहाँ प्रकाशम डिस्ट्रिक्ट में रहने वाले बहुत उज्जवल और प्रभावशाली मंदिर था नरसिंह भगवान का. क्षण क्षण में क्या हो रहा है ये पता नहीं चल रहा है.
Were you sleeping for last 7 days? You ordered CID probe only after hue and cry of Hindus in Andhra Pradesh and BJP Janasena agitation. Why did you give red carpet to Chandrababu Naidu and Vijay Sai Reddy Garu when they visited Ram Tirtham? And what about CID? Is there any time-bound schedule for CID? And why only CID for Ram Tirtham? Why not for Pithapuram? Why not for Antarvedi? Why not for other incidents?
Moving on, a 19-year-old Mumbai teen was assaulted and left to die during a New Year party on 31st December. Jhanvi's parents met Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh yesterday, demanding stringent action against the culprits. The initial investigation reports revealed that Jhanvi had scratches and injuries all over her body as well as her private parts. The mark of a sharp object hitting her head has also been found. Jhanvi was allegedly killed by her friends at a New Year's Eve party that was being held at a high-rise building in Mumbai's Khar West area. Now, the two friends have been arrested by Mumbai police. The police officials said that Jhanvi was brutally assaulted and suspect that the accused might have dragged her from the 5th floor to the ground floor or thrown her from the 2nd floor. Jhanvi allegedly saw two of her friends, Shri Jogdankar and Diya Padankar, in a compromising position at the party, after which an argument broke out. And Shiv Arora spoke to Jhanvi's mother, who's demanding strict action against the culprits.
Nidhi ji, you know, in the press since this incident happened, you know, we've seen many things being said. You know, love triangle, alcohol, drugs, youngsters. Obviously, nothing justifies murder. But what do you have to say about all of these angles being given to what happened?
See, that's exactly what I'm saying. You can talk anything. You can talk about, that does not justify murder. So that does not justify murder, sir. There are a lot of parties which you all have caught, of drug parties, love angle, this, that, but that does not justify murder, sir.
What do you think happened to your daughter, Nidhi ji? What do you think? I know that at this point of time, you haven't been given sufficient information that an investigation is still on. But these were people who were very close to her, who took her for this party. What do you think happened to Jhanvi?
That is exactly what I want to know. That is my question. That is what I'm asking. What has happened that has led to murder? What has happened between these three? That they have killed her. And why after that she has died, they have not informed us.
The name change row in Maharashtra has once again become a point of rift between the ruling allies, the Congress and the Shiv Sena. After demands to change Aurangabad's name to Sambhaji Nagar, demands to rename Pune and Ahmednagar have come to the fore. The Sambhaji Brigade of Maharashtra Maratha outfit has reiterated its demand to change Pune's name to Jijanagar after Chhatrapati Shivraj Maharaj's mother, Jijabai. Now, the group states that Pune was reconstructed by her after destruction of the city. Similarly, Shiv Sena MP from Shirdi has demanded that Ahmednagar be renamed to Ambikapur after the temple of goddess Ambika. This after Shiv Sena and Congress were at loggerheads over the demand to change Aurangabad's name after Maratha warrior king Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. The Congress has put its foot down, saying the party will oppose any such move. The Shiv Sena has made it very clear they're going ahead with the name change.
संभाजी नगर का नामकरण तो बाला साहब ठाकरे जी ने पहले किया है, जो करना था कर दिया है। अब भारतीय जनता पार्टी को तकलीफ क्या है मुझे पता नहीं। हमारा सवाल इतना ही है, औरंगाबाद का जो इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट जो अब बन गया है, वो भी धर्मवीर छत्रपति संभाजी राजे के नाम से बनना चाहिए। इस प्रकार का एक प्रस्ताव हमने केंद्र को भेजा है, जिसको 1 साल हो गया है। महाराष्ट्र के बीजेपी नेताओं ने पूछना चाहिए कि अब तक उस प्रस्ताव को मंजूरी क्यों नहीं मिली है।
जब औरंगाबाद में शिवसेना की ही सत्ता थी और महाराष्ट्र सरकार में हमारे साथ वे सत्ता पक्ष में थे, उस समय शिवसेना ने न औरंगाबाद का कोई प्रस्ताव सरकार के पास भेजा, न नई मुंबई एयरपोर्ट को बाला साहब ठाकरे जी का नाम दिया जाए इस मांग को उठाया। जब चुनाव समीप आते हैं, उस समय शिवसेना की याददाश्त कौन से ऐसे कारण है कि तेज हो जाती है? चुनाव को समीप रख करके इस प्रकार की राजनीति, ये ओछी राजनीति।
First, it was the cold wave of freezing temperatures. Now, unseasonal rains. Farmers camped at the Singhu border are braving it all because they're firm on their demands. Their tents are completely drenched, but their hopes are still high. Ashutosh Mishra gets you the latest from the ground.
Waterlogged tents and wet beds. Having braved 40 days of unprecedented cold wave, the farmers on Delhi's borders have encountered a new hurdle. 3 days of rains have left the makeshift camps at Singhu border, the epicenter of the protests, in water. Sukhwinder Singh has been camping at the border for the last 20 days along with his grandson. They now spend the night on beds that are wet and tents that at times are unable to shield the rains. He is worried for his 6-year-old grandson Sukhpreet.
40 दिन के ऊपर हो गए।
40 दिन।
हाँ।
और आप छोटा बच्चा भी ले आए।
हाँ, छोटा बच्चा भी, और क्या खाएंगे? बच्चा भी गिर रहेगा।
Another farmer, Sukhdev Singh, who is from Punjab's Firozpur, has been at the border with 17-year-old son for over 20 days.
ऐसी वृक्षाएं किसान बहुत दे चुका है। ऐसी वृक्षाओं से किसान घबराने वाला नहीं है। ऐसी वृक्षाएं बहुत।
महिलाएं भी आ रही हैं, बच्चे भी हैं छोटे-छोटे। उनकी
जो बाकी बचे हैं वो भी आने की तैयारी में हैं।
Narendra Chaudhary has come from Rajasthan's Bharatpur. He says the bad weather has only added to their resolve.
रास्ता सिर्फ एक चीज से निकलेगा। अगर मेरे पैर में कांटा लगाए तो मुझे फायदा तब होगा जब वो कांटा बाहर निकल जाएगा। और हम सब किसानों के पैर में कांटा लगाए वो इन 3 काले कानूनों का। और जब तक ये वापस नहीं होते तब तक हमसे ये ना कहा जाए कि कोई विकल्प दीजिए, कोई रास्ता बताइए।
From senior citizen to these innocent kids who are here at Delhi Singhu border, now risking their lives. Hopefully, the crisis will resolve. But how? When? Who will end the deadlock? That question remains for now. At Delhi Singhu border with Satya, this is Ashutosh Mishra reporting for India Today.
The Supreme Court yesterday gave approval for the Central Vista project, which will give Lutyens Delhi a complete makeover. The court, in a split verdict of 2-1, said clearances given to the projects were valid. Yes, more.
सर्वविघ्नच्छिदे तस्मै गणाधिपतये नमः गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमः।
साथियों, पुराने संसद भवन ने स्वतंत्रता के बाद के भारत को दिशा दी, तो नया भवन आत्मनिर्भर भारत के निर्माण का गवाह बनेगा।
A major vindication for Modi government. The Supreme Court has green flagged the ambitious Central Vista project that features a new parliament and a new look Rajpath. A 3-judge bench passed a majority verdict approving the clearances given by the Central Vista Committee and the Delhi Urban Art Commission. The petitioner had challenged the Central Vista project on several grounds. They had questioned the change in land use notification by the Delhi Development Authority and the absence of public hearing. The petitioners alleged the government had violated the DDA Act by not putting the detailed plans in public domain. They also argued Parliament and North-South block plans should have been cleared separately. The Supreme Court has rejected all the arguments made by the petitioners. The court in its judgment has said its jurisdiction over policy decisions is limited. The dissenting note came from Justice Sanjeev Khanna. He said the public was not properly consulted on the project. Justice Khanna added that the approval of the Heritage Conservation Committee should have been taken while creating the concept of the project.
There are various regulatory approvals which were in question here, including the change of land use, including the environment approval, and the decision of the Central Vista Committee on how the project should go ahead. All these decisions and regulatory approvals were in challenge. The majority has upheld them, but given certain directions. The majority also says that there would have to be approval of the Heritage Committee taken at an appropriate stage. That stage has not yet come in.
The Narendra Modi government has welcomed the judgment, while the Congress has called it a waste of money.
One of the gentlemen who made some comments to that effect had actually given an interview to The Hindu in 2012, very clearly stating that the current parliament building is inadequate, It's not functional and we need a new building. This was in 2012 when a Congress government was in power at the center as part of the UPA.
Central Vista is a case of misplaced priorities by an autocratic ruler trying to etch his names in the annals of history by a building based on brick and mortar. Modi ji, why do we need a new parliament, a new prime minister office, new offices of members of parliament in the middle of an economic recession where GDP is going down by -23% and there is all-round corona pandemic? Can you answer that at all?
The Prime Minister had led the groundbreaking event for the new parliament in December, days after the top court had temporarily stayed construction.
मौजूदा संसद भवन को बनाया गया था 100 साल पहले। इन 100 सालों में आवश्यकताओं के अनुरूप इसे कई बार रिपेयर और रेनोवेट किया जा चुका है। पर अब पुरानी
Now with the court giving its go-ahead, work will begin soon on the building, which will have a capacity to seat 1,600 MPs. It will be ready by August 2022 when India marks 75 years of independence.
नए और आत्मनिर्भर भारत के लिए जरूरत बन गया है।
Big win for the central government as the Supreme Court upholds the notifications and clearances given so far for the Central Vista Parliamentary Construction Project. But the Apex Court has also cautioned that the Heritage Conservation Committee must give its nod before any construction can start. With the government pushing for a quick construction of the Central Vista, particularly the Parliament, it is now for the centre to ensure that all clearances go through. However, petitioners still question the need for such a grand project. In New Delhi with cameraman Alok, this is Anisha Mathur for India Today.
Team India had their first practice session in Sydney after reaching the city on Monday for the third tester against Australia. The Indian players hit their nets and so did Rohit Sharma and 4 others who were accused of a potential biobubble breach in Melbourne. Cricket Australia had earlier said that it's looking into the matter, but the players accompanied the team in the flight from Melbourne to Sydney and began training as well on Tuesday. For India, there was another casualty as far as injury list is concerned, with KL Rahul being ruled out due to a wrist sprain that he suffered during a practice session on Saturday. Rahul has so far not played any match in the Test series so far.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.